What's up, everybody? It's your boy One Gun here, and just want to show you all something about the troll. He took a snapshot of mine. Now, I noticed something in this video that he's taking snapshots of my channel when I took everything down off my channel. This picture that he took was back around, I would say maybe around February 2018, somewhere between January and all the way to June, somewhere around there, where I actually had shut down my main channel. And I actually renamed my main channel to Big Bad Afro Studios Entertainment LLC before I made my new channel, Big Bad Afro Studio LLC. Big Bad Afro Studio LLC is my more professional channel where I don't talk about Joe at all on it. And this channel is the channel where I do all my professional stuff while talking about Joe on it. Sometimes I do dual streams, sometimes I don't. But the whole thing here is that he took a picture of my main channel after I renamed it to Big Bad Afro LLC and decided to spread nonsense like this. As you can see, it's a picture, but I'm gonna let this play for a minute and let y'all listen to the nonsense.
Let's look at these again real quick. Motion builder. Missing video. Look. Export to 3D Exchange 5, 6, and 7. You're not supposed to do that. Why did they take down your video? Did it have anything to do with me? No, it didn't.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell.
Third party stuff, and I'll show you how to get. Okay, like I said, this video is off his playlist. All right, this is the video off his playlist, and what he does is that he will put a video on his playlist. He will put a video. See, this is his playlist. All right, piracy do not down. Okay, so he will put this video on his list, and after he puts the video on his list, he will go back every once in a while to check and see if the video has been deleted by some false claim he put on it or something. So what you're looking at is not a video that's been deleted, but a video that's been privatized. He says it's deleted because back then he was trying to do everything he can for me to put all my videos back on my channel so he can chase after them and try to get my channel taken down. So here he is talking crap about a video that is still up and has always been up. This video has never been taken down by him. Here he is once again talking about I shouldn't be able to use iClone, and I can. I can use iClone for as long as I want to. I mean iClone, but I can use Motion Builder for as long as I want to. And today I finally bought. The Olympic exporter. I went out and bought 3D Exchange Pipeline. I went out and finally bought it. After, I know it's been a while, But I finally went out and bought it, and I'm able to do cool stuff like A, B, C, D. Where is it? I'm able to do cool stuff like this now with Blender. So now I can use the Olympic export and go to File, save as. Oh no, my bad. Let me go back. I can go to File, Import, Olympic. Go to my desktop and this folder and bring this in and bring in animations like this. Let me switch this. Oops, let me do that. Let me switch this to let me switch this to something like that or something. But as you can see, I can do cool stuff like this now inside of Blender. I can animate my whole scenes in Blender now and bring, over in iClone and bring them over here. Only thing I have to do is just add the textures back into it. That's about it. But that's why I got the Olympic. That's why I went ahead and spent the money and got the import export because that's why I bought 3D Exchange pipeline so I can start bringing my animations over into Blender and use Eevee with the Olympic exporter. And I think it'd be kind of awesome to see Archive Infinity animated inside of Blender. And the Olympic export will bring in anything now since they have improved it and they made it better. I can do whole scenes, animate all the scenes over in iClone, and then bring them over here to Blender and have Blender render the whole scenes out over here. So it's like space scenes I have, all type of cool stuff. And the buffoon the buffoon can sit over there and just eat dirt all day. It's good that where's his old petty self at? So that's what I want to come and tell you folks about was, hi Joe, why don't you file a counter notice? Hi Polywick. Let me pop this out so we can have a nice discussion here. You know, yeah, Joe, why won't you file a counter notice? I know you're watching. Actually, I'm gonna do one better. I'm going to pop that over there, and I'm just gonna open up the restream chat. That way I know it'll always stay on top. Nah, you know what the coward's gonna do? He's just gonna wait for me to finish streaming. Then after I finish streaming, he's going to go and demonetize the video. You know, that's what he's going to do. He's just gonna go back and demonetize the video like he always do. He's never gonna answer. He's never gonna answer it. You know, he's never gonna go back and answer this stuff.
Motion builder. Missing video. Look. Export to 3D Exchange 5, 6, and 7. You're not supposed to do that. Why did they take down your video? Did it have anything to do with me?
The video was never taken down. There's no record of my video ever coming down. The video has always been there. I had to go when I came back to look at this video because I was looking for more stuff to send to my lawyer. I just wanted them to know that Joe takes my videos and he puts them on his list, and he keeps track of what videos he takes down. You know, and then he makes videos about it. Like he made some videos. Let's see. I don't know if it's in here or not, but he actually has videos where he takes my content down, and he revels in it. He revels in the fact that he was able to take my content down at one time, like this. Here he is, pride and joy. This is his pride and joy to use the reporting tool to report my channels in as spam and violations of YouTube's policy against spam, deceptive practices, and misleading content. So he goes and uses scams, spams, and fraud to take down my channel and my content. This is him showing off the fact that he did it. This is the fact that he's showing off that he did it. That's all to it. And what's this? It says Epic's DMC's requests are official. Yes, companies can use outside counsel and contractors to prepare and convey them. Epic's legal team has briefed me on the large set of content you're selling in violation of a UE marketplace and our partners' copyrights. Your persecution of completely innocent individuals in the community is disgusting and amounts to stalking. Please stop now. Well, Joe's not going to stop. But this is also a good example of what is known that Joe is a known stalker. I mean, this is known that he's a stalker, and
Joe Tim Sweeney, I said, I don't sell it.
I mean, this is just a perfect example of the man just oh crap. There we go. This is a perfect example of this man just being a stalker, and the CEO of Epic has told him this. Polywook says, Joe, you should stop talking. That's the only thing he does. Well, yes, we know that's the only thing he does. He pops in and out my chat, and he comes after me. He talks about me. He now has new things to talk about me and my mom. And I don't really care because it doesn't really hurt my feelings. The only person that's going to be hurt by the end of this thing, because I told him, like, this is November and and he's going to understand that I'm tired of playing with him, is the fact that he is on a he is going to find out. You know, he's going to find out really soon, you know. So here he is over here.
Then he takes my stuff and posts it up.
Well, let me tell you something, Joe. I didn't take your stuff, all right? Because this stuff is not yours to begin with. See, if you owned that stuff, well, then there would be an issue. But since you do not own that stuff, well, there's no issue. I mean, the original owners who I talked to, of the stuff you're talking about, the stuff you're talking about, well, I've talked to the owners of it, and they said you don't own that stuff, even though you say it's your stuff, but you don't own it. I mean, I got all these good little gems to send to people who you stolen from. With this, let's see. Where is my golden gem? Let's see. Buffoon. See, Joe likes to show off his folders. I want to show off my folders. See, this is my favorite video of Joe's. This is the video that actually got Joe in really big trouble because this is what Joe did. Here we go, folks. Here we go.
I'm going to show you that too. Dude, you're like MGK to Eminem. And I'm Eminem and you're MGK. I'm like Tupac and you're like Biggie. You're nothing, punk. You're a chump. This is how much money I make a month. I'm only going to flash it. I'm only going to flash part of it.
Yeah, so here you go. So he's flashing all the money that he makes off the stolen content in his Gumroad store. And Joe didn't like the fact that I had this. He had this video, or this part of the video, where he talks about and brags about his money he's making off of Fortnite. Let's go ahead and play some more, folks.
But if you want to see how much money I made off the Fortnite characters, I made six.
See, there he is, bragging about the money he's making off of Fortnite characters. You know, I don't care if he made $6 or whatever, but still the fact that he just admitted that he's selling Fortnite characters, and this is the stuff that he didn't own. So when I gave them this, all right, so I gave them this along with this, and this, that. I think that kind of turned something on inside of them. And then Joe's stuff, his so-called precious Fortnite stuff came up missing. See, Joe's precious Fortnite stuff came up missing because Joe did it to himself. All I had to do was just light the candle, and that's what I did. So he's over here bragging about stealing the Fortnite stuff, selling it, making all this money, calling himself Tupac, you know. Well, Mr. Shakur, how does it feel now? Oh, yeah, and I also sent them this. All of the aliases Joe is on as Facebook, as I know of. Now I know there's more, but these are the main channels that, the main Facebook pages that Joe has. And they're also beginning to start looking at those. What else do we have? We have so much stuff here on Joe. I have more stuff on Joe than probably anybody else. I have all of the fake takedown notices that I sent to YouTube about this mess. You know, they're opening up, they're looking into my channel, my One Gun Studio 2 channel, to see if I actually did violate some type of rule, you know. And I'm letting them know this, you know. I'm sending them all this stuff so they can know. And Joe's just helping me out because he keeps on giving me gems, you know. Here's another gem that Joe gave me. Here's all the good gems Joe gave me. I mean, this is the stuff, this is the stuff I sent to Epic, the Epic lawyer. See, Epic has an in-house lawyer who is Jamie Anderson, and Jamie Anderson is the one who wound up getting their other lawyer. See, there's two lawyers. Jamie Anderson, who basically took on Joe and YouTube, and then there's the other lawyer, Chris M. Thomas, who did the Gumroad takedown and stuff. You see, Jamie Anderson was basically said, you know what, I got too much work to do, and I don't have time to play with this clown. Let me get him somebody who loves to sue people. And that's what they basically did. So now Joe is now stalking this lawyer. And I do believe the lawyer does not answer Joe's calls anymore. And what calls do Joe get? Go, I do believe, straight to his inbox. I wonder why. I wonder why he would do that. I wonder why that lawyer would do that. It's like if someone's talking to him and telling him who Joe is and who Joe is not. And also, someone probably told him about where did Joe's floss dance come from. And I say, look at the video of his floss dance and then look at the files I've just sent you that actually come from your game. Does that look like this? No, it doesn't, because that's your data that he's using to make Trump dance. So make sure that you talk to Jamie about this, because he is trying to pull a fast one over you. He's trying to use your words to get his garbage back up on Gumroad. You see, Joe can get his stuff back on Gumroad if he files a counter notice. Joe won't file a counter notice because the man said in the video that once you file a counter notice, then we'll take you to court. So you can get your stuff back, Joe. See, Joe ain't gonna go to court because Joe would have to say Joe would perjure himself. Joe would get in trouble. Joe would get sued. Joe perjures himself, he'd get in more trouble and still get sued. But if Joe just go there just to get sued, well, that's fine. But if Joe go there and perjure himself in front of a judge and say, "Oh, that's my stuff," well, he's going to jail. Just like he probably would go to jail as soon as I see a certain person sometime this month. You see, Joe had broke the law anyway by sending all those fake DMCs to me. Now, Joe has actually sent me fake DMC notices. And due to the fact that I have proof that he did, or he intentionally did that, after fact, he tried to extort me not once, not twice, but 3 times. And I went over that earlier in my other video. Why don't you show your latest earnings? Yeah, yeah, Joe, why don't you show your latest earnings? So here's something else that I can pull in the court. We can actually see the DMC takedown notice. So this is the DMC takedown notice. That was the cause of Joe losing his stuff. Now, they've sent one to Joe also because he said it in the video yesterday, and Joe ignored it and he laughed about it, made videos about it. They go, ho, 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 they're trying to take my stuff down off of Gumroad, ho, ho, ho. And Joe laughed about it, and he ignored it, and then he told them to ignore it. So here we go. This is a Digital Millennium Copyright Act notice of infringement pursuant to 17 subsection 512. Epic Games has created and licensed properties to the game software known as Fortnite. Epic and okay, so Joe's talking about the registration numbers. Okay, so here we go. There are quite a few set of registration numbers when it comes to copyright and copyright infringement and doing other. So when they send in you the registration numbers, you have to go to the you will have to go online and check these registration numbers against what has been registered. Now, what registration numbers they given him, he says is right here. It says has created license to propriety to the license for the proprietary video game software known as Fortnite. In addition, Epic's copyright in Fortnite has registered the Fortnite mark registration numbers and its various law trademarks rights related to Fortnite collective intellectual property. So what Joe has to do, he needs to look up the intellectual property rights. So these are not going to be the same numbers as the one the other guy sent you, because the other guy sent you copyright registration numbers for the other stuff that you had, Joe. This is part of the complaint sent against you, but it's going to have different numbers and registration numbers, and it also depends on when they re-register. They have to reapply for their content too. So it could be a whole bunch of reasons why this don't match. But I bet you if you look up these numbers, these registration numbers, you will find that these are the correct registration numbers. But since Joe doesn't know how to look that crap up, he'll never know because Joe's ignorant like that. And yes, Joe, why don't you show your latest earnings? Joe's not going to show his latest earnings. He won't. And it says, I, James Anderson, am authorized to act on behalf of the owner of an exclusive right that is being infringed. I am writing this complaint to complain about the infringement of intellectual property rights identified by the following relays. And these are the two that... Now, this is before the other lawyer got it. And... well, actually, yeah, I think this was the first time they sent this, because I think they sent two. This was the first one, and they ignored it. All right, they just laughed at little Jamie, and it said, I may be contacted as follows, Jamie Anderson or Jamie Anderson at could have James Anderson at Epic Games. There could be another James. So he said, okay, we have a James Anderson. So why don't you just use the name Jamie Anderson? All right, there's no Jamie. There's a James and a Jamie Anderson. So one might be his nickname. The other one is his real name. The other one might be his nickname, but he's still the same person. Here's the number you can reach him at. And this is the address. And he does all the loyalty stuff. And here's Joe. Here's Joe. This is him right there with his lip balm. He says, hi, support. Thanks for me this. Unfortunately, it's fake as a $3 bill. People who don't write to complain about DMC notice if it was real. Now, this is Joe. This is before Joe got his stuff taken down. This is Joe acting like a full professional lawyer. This is Joe pretending to be something that he's not. A lawyer. Joe does not know how this law works. He's never, ever been... But, I mean, I don't think Joe's been sued before, because it's hard for people to find them. That's why. But it says, in addition to, yes, it is true. They own the full game software, not pieces and parts of the game inside, including the animation. So he's saying that they own the full game, and to put it correctly, it's not software. I mean, they don't call video game software. All right, it is a game. That's all it is. It's it. It's not software. It's not this. It's not that. It's a game. Software is something that you use, like Photoshop, Blender. Some of that's software. This is a game. All right. This is just a game. There's games, and then there's software. You know, two different things. not pieces and parts of the game inside, including the animations. Well, they do own the animations and models, Joe. They own them, and they prove that they own them because your stuff is not up there no more. You sat back and lied to these people like you're some lawyer, and you said not the pieces and parts of the game inside, including the animations. So you admit right here that yes, that is the stuff from out their game, and they don't own it. And I can use it to any. I mean, you just admitted that you stole the stuff out their game. All right. If we were, and then tries to come up with some false, erroneous, crazy, off-world alternative fact. If we were bootlegging the full game and reselling it on ripped DVDs, then yes, we would be in violation of said copyright. No, Joe. No. What you just said here contradicts what you said up here. Anything within the game is copyrighted by Epic. That includes the game code, the game code, the animations, everything. All the data that's in that game is copyrighted by them. They have registrations, copyrights, and trademarks and patents on this stuff. Yes, if you were to take the full game and put it on DVDs, on ripped DVDs, yes, that would be infringement also. But this is infringement up here too, by saying that they don't own something that they created and made and have a right to own. So it says, so Joe tries to come up with this ridiculous excuse of why he stole the stuff, and blatantly says he stole the stuff. He said, plus there is no way to teach this person fake again, as to there is no extension to reach them. Well, Joe, there doesn't have to be an extension to reach them, because like the other lawyer said, they don't have to talk to you. Period. The only time they're going to talk to you is in court. I mean, that little kiddie game you played with the other lawyer, trying to talk to him directly instead of sending him a counter notification, did not work at all, did it? Because your crap is still down. And after I talked to him, he was like, I said, listen, I saw the whole video now, and I said, you did it. I mean, like, it's like Joe was trying to trap you by just throwing sporadic stuff at him. And especially when he tried to say that one gun is Sally a transgender, and then he's like, "What the hell that has to do with it?" You know what to do. He made Joe look stupid, and then Joe looked stupid after he said it, because that has nothing to do with the fact that you stole these people's stuff. You stole these people's stuff, and you tried to lie and get away with it, and it didn't work. It's amazing how stupid you are, dude. You are very incredibly ignorant of the fact that you're ignorant. You're so ignorant, you don't even know that you're ignorant. That's how ignorant you are. I've never seen somebody so ignorant. They don't know exactly how ignorant they are. They don't take an IQ test to see how incredibly stupid they are in hindsight. But Joe, you have once again proven to me without a shadow of a doubt, you will push the boundary of idiocracy no matter where you go. You are a pioneer in idiocracy. You are a pioneer, my friend. So you come over here and says, so he comes over here and called Jimmy Anderson fake. Especially during that whole video, he was calling Jamie Anderson fake. And the guy kept on saying that Jamie Anderson is real. I know, because I talk. The guy repeated this quite a few times. And then Joe would let the guy talk, and then Joe would throw something stupid and slanderous at him, like, by the way, one gun had cheated in a contest because he stole True Bones. And he was like, I don't know who that is. Every time Joe would say my name to these people, they're like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't give a dang who it is. They have nothing to do with this. And then that only sets up Joe. That only sets up Joe for his next talking point, which is, they're the people who are writing these fake DMC notices at me and doing this and doing that and doing this. And he's like, I have nothing to do with that. If they're doing that, well, then that's on them. That's not me. And he did everything he was supposed to do. The only thing I told him that something that he should be careful with is letting him know that he's going to go back and talk to Jamie about the stuff that Joe so-called claimed was his that he did in front of Connect. So today I called him and corrected him. I was like, listen, the stuff he claimed he did with Connect is not the stuff he did with the Connect. He got in front of a Connect camera with a unlicensed copy of iPie, and then he pretended that he was actually doing the moves while watching the TV, while watching the video of the motions, and he put it on a loop so he can just watch it, so he can copy so he can dance and copy it on Connect. After he does that, he goes right over there to his computer, get the stuff that he ripped out your game, put it in a pack, and then makes a video about it. Like, this is True Bones. Look at me standing in front of my Connect and making all these animations. And I was like, that's impossible. Even the people at iPod said all the stuff he claims he's doing and stuff he's making is impossible to do with their product. And I'm like, amen. I believe you, iPod. iPod hates Joe's guts. Because Joe was one of those dealers, once again, who got a copy, who got a lifetime copy of their stuff, and then went behind their back and sold his serial number along with their product behind their back. Same way he did with Brinkleman. Same way. So here we go again with more true tales. So here he is, sad because his video was taken down. Here he is sad because his video was taken down. He was video taken down, account standing, copyright strike received, Fortnite, Jamie Anderson, and video taken down. So here he is with his nut conspiracy, saying that Jamie Anderson took his stuff down. Jamie Anderson did this. Jamie Anderson. Here he is with Fortnite characters and emotes, strike, and another strike. So this one expires soon, but he still has 2 more on there. Account notification, review, and submit. So here he is, and let's just read what he put here, folks. Here he is. Here's Joe. Here's the message to the claimant. The source of the content is from HTTP, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. These videos are clearly labeled under fair use and Creative Commons reuse allowed. Also, there are thousands of Fortnite videos and content on YouTube, Gumroad, Sketchfab, and Google. All free. A Google search for Jamie Anderson at Epic Games reveals that this claimant is a fraud or a hoax. I am not the only one this has happened to. The claimant has 10 days to respond or YouTube must restore my videos. So that's what the buffoon wrote. And let me tell you why what he wrote was almost going to get him in court. It's because the fact he made a counterclaim. And I don't know why YouTube should afford that counterclaim over to Epic. I wish they did, but they didn't. If they would have forwarded the claim, and I don't understand why they didn't do it. If they would have forwarded the counterclaim over to Epic, they had no choice but to take Joe to court to sue for their product. But YouTube didn't let the claim go through. I don't know why. They should have put it. If they would have pushed that through, we wouldn't have no problem with Joe right now. We wouldn't have had no problem with Joe right now. But they didn't push it through. You know, that's the same problem we're having now with Joe. The same problem we're having now is that he gets like right there to the edge. So here's what YouTube said back to Joe about the video. And this is what I was like, damn. I was like, why didn't they send it through? Why didn't they send this crap through? Why didn't they send it through? It says, thank you for your counter notification, dear True Bones Motions. Thank you for your counter notification. Based on the information you provided, it appears that you do not have the necessary rights to post the content on YouTube. Therefore, we regretfully cannot honor your request. It has been forwarded to the original claimant, and we will not be able to restore your video. Okay, so wait a sec. We regretfully, it has been forwarded. So they did forward it to. Okay, so Jamie Anderson does have the counter notice from Joe. All right, so they may have the counter notice from Joe, but they haven't went through. See, I'm thinking that they didn't have the counter notice, but it seems like they do have the counter notice because I'm reading it right here. It says they did forward it. So if they forward the counter notice, why aren't they going all the way by just going out flat out suing this bastard? If they would just sue him and get it done and bring him into court and have him stand in court, we would be done with all this crap. So they do have it. Keep in mind that copyright strikes, to learn more copyright strike, expire after 3 months as long as you complete copyright school. We unfortunately are unable to assist further in this matter. YouTube team kind of notifications, videos. So they did forward it to them, but once again, they make the decision. They make the decision whether they're going to take this any further. And there was probably some decision was made like, well, the stuff is gone. There's no reason to go any further. But yes, there is a reason to go further because he's going to keep on doing this. He's going to keep on doing this. And what proved he kept on doing it is that they took the stuff down. And then, well, the thing about it is that here's the thing about I think what they are going to do. Now, I got to thinking about something now. Maybe they're waiting for Joe to re-up that stuff on his channel after it's been taken down. And if he puts it back up there, they're going to take him to court. That's what I'm thinking they're going to do. That's what they're probably going to do. If Joe's bold enough after his strikes are gone off his channel and he puts that stuff back up, they're just going to say, okay, well, we're going to have to take him to court because he ain't going to learn any which way. He's treating us like we're nothing. So I mean, now that I think about it, you know, they did forward the kind of notification, the Joe's kind of notification to them. They have it. They're waiting for Joe to come back and bring his channel back so they can probably sue him. That's probably what this is all about. I mean, that's just speculation, folks, on my part. But it seems that they did. So Joey, you're lying. You lied to us, Joe. I mean, this is one time that I took what Joe said, and Joe said they never forwarded my counter notice to them. Well, this is official YouTube letter that comes from your inbox, and your official letter says it says we cannot under request. It has not. It said it has not been forwarded to the original. Okay, so it has not been forwarded to the original. Okay, so okay, I was wrong then. They didn't forward it, but they should have forwarded it. If they would have forwarded this, I must have misread here. I didn't see the not. I just saw been forwarded. But yeah, that's a mistake on my part. All right, so it has not been forwarded to the original claimant, and we will not be able to restore your video. So YouTube, yeah, this is YouTube's problem. They didn't do it. They didn't forward it, and that's the problem we have. Like I said, he gets up to the precipice, and they get him right to the precipice, and he just escapes. You know. Let's see. Yeah, so he gets right to the precipice and he escapes, folks. That's exactly what he does every flipping freaking time. He escapes, and it gets so frustrating. I was like, yes, we finally got him, but nobody will go the extra step to take care of him. Nobody will go the extra step. So here I got all the homosexual videos he's made of me. I have the letters and stuff. I have his accounts that's been banned. I have a lot of stuff from Joe. I even so this is going to be the next email that I send to them, and this all fits into Joe using extortion tactics to take my content down. And are you ready to apologize to everyone you lied to yet? So yeah, this all fits into my narrative too, and it's a true narrative that Joe was actually using the reporting tool to extort me. And here's Joe once again making gay porn of me again, harassment, making more gay porn of me again, harassment, and they claim that they're going to look at it and do something about Joe. That's good. That's good. So he can sit over here and lie all he wants to and pretend he's something that he's not. But he can keep pretending. But the whole thing about this is that the Reddit page is never coming down. You can talk about Sally as much as you want to. You can do whatever you want to. How you doing? How you doing, Pollywick? You can do all the stuff you want to do, Joe. And, you know, and I see that you kind of slowed up a little bit. See, from this video to this video, Joe has kind of sort of slowed up a little bit. Joe's not running his mouth as much as he possibly can. Joe show where the Epic is extorting you. Why don't you remit a portion of your earnings to Epic? Yeah, Joe. I mean, why won't you do that? But as you can tell, that Joe is really into music. He did 6 hours of music here. I think here he talked about me a little
They
bit.
said I never claimed it was mine. You did.
No, Joe, you claimed it was yours. Yeah. So now he talks about me for like the first few minutes of the video instead of the whole video now. So Joe's kind of slowed his roll. He's actually watching what he says, sort of, kind of, whatever. But he still keeps coming over here and demonetizing my video every time he gets a chance. So if I go to channel dashboard, let's see, where is it? So come over here, and I go over here to my videos. Go over to live. Yeah, man, he comes over here and he just decides that he's going to what's the name of my video? He just demonetized my video again, but that's all right. I'm going to get it back just like I got the others back. So you can keep on playing how you want to, Joe. But this garbage is going to end soon, and it's going to end with you probably crying because you can't upload or say anything about me on YouTube. Well, you can say stuff about me on YouTube, but it's going to be on a very small channel. See, you took your time and you built your little 91 subscribers up, but I'll tell you what, Joe, this is all going to come to an end soon. It's all going to come to an end soon because TikTok, my friend, TikTok. TikTok. So I almost have you completely out my life, man, and that's a good thing. That's a very good thing that you're almost gone, and that's gonna be good. You know, a YouTube without Joe, I think that's gonna be amazing, folks. A YouTube without this racist bigot buffoon is gonna be a great. It's gonna be a great day. I'm just tired of him. I mean, if you all haven't noticed, but now I'm just tired of him. Well, I know one thing. I am going to start playing with this Olympic import export in from iClone to Blender. I'm going to use Eevee on it. I'm going to use Eevee. I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff and get the shader nodes, get my shader nodes down, because now I can like I actually can like make anime and stuff, animate the stuff inside of iClone. I can bring the cameras over now. I can do a whole bunch of stuff that I wasn't able to do since I've had iClone 7, and I can't wait. I can't wait to actually start doing it. After I do this project for this guy, I can't wait to get back in here and use his Olympic importer exporter and use some of the cool stuff that they have. Some of the stuff they now have for 2.8. They got some cool toon shaders I want to try out. They got a lot of cool stuff that I'm ready to try out. I'm ready to go a little bit further. Now, the only reason why I am going to be using Blender, because the live link is too expensive. I can get the same type of cinematic stuff. I can do a lot more stuff inside of Blender, and I would have loved to do this exact same stuff inside of Unreal. But the thing about Unreal is that the live link that they have for Unreal is just unattainable. You can't it's they want $1,000 for this plugin, and that's crazy. I mean, why do they have $1,000 plugin? And and that's what it is. It's a plugin. I've never heard of a plugin being that much money. The most I've heard, I mean, there are plugins out there for anything, but why is the plugin $1,000? I have no idea. They want $4,000. I mean, I'm sorry, but Real Illusion, and this is where I like stupid is. Why would you make a plugin $1,000 when most of the people that use your stuff are like like beginning animators, you know, and people who want to do animation, but they don't have the big budget to go and buy the bigger softwares. I mean, you've just actually made it so that you're making some of your customers limited. You advertise iClone can do all this good stuff, but you're limiting people based on how much money they can spend on iClone. You know, it took me a long time to actually get the free money or to get some extra money so I could buy 3D Exchange. And I'm looking at, like, if I would have had this before, last year, I probably been already have some type of pipeline to set up so I could use this with Blender and play with it. But I got a lot to learning with this new pipeline, and I'm gonna work on it. But first things first, I got a huge project I gotta finish, and after that, then I'll come back over here and play around with this Olympic import export, whatever the heck it is. Other than that, people, I think I'm pretty much done for right now. I got a lot of stuff that I gotta work on tonight, and I'm gonna do it offline. It makes no sense of me staying online and uh, why don't you remit a portion of your earnings, Joe? And then Polybook Studio says Joe again, and I keep on trying to tell y'all, Joe's never gonna do it. He's never gonna do it. He's never going to file a counter notification to Gumroad, because Gumroad will forward it. They're not going to do like YouTube and not forward it. Gumroad will forward it to Chris, and Chris will sue Joe. And Chris told Joe he was going to sue him if he got a counter notification, because they have initiated a legal process, and the legal process comes full circle when when Joe sends him the counter notification. It says, "When is your next model or animation coming up?" Well, I can answer that. Never. You notice if you looked at Joe's channels lately, they lack the one thing that he was always making, that was infomercials. You haven't seen Joe make an infomercial in a while. Why come Joe can't make an infomercial? Because every time he makes one, I take the infomercial and I send it to the people he stole it from. And then usually they go out and they file DMC takedown notice and take down Joe's video. That's what usually happens. So Joe stopped making them for a while. Joe's probably gonna start making them once he gets his strikes off, but that won't be until sometime in December. So we got time. And one thing Joe did, Joe took down all his videos off his channel, so I can't like turn any of these videos in because he got them all hid. But I can go into his one of his playlists and see what he has in there, and see if I can try to get the videos taken down or something like that. And I can only get them taken down once I contact the people that he's stolen from. So I'm gonna go to his Gumroad page and see what videos he has up, and see what vendors I can contact about Joe selling their stuff. But Joe doesn't have no animation coming up. I mean, Joe has tons of music if you want to listen to it. I mean, Joe has really went to the music business. I mean, he's went to the music business, and he's just stealing stuff from the music business now. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what he's doing. he's not stealing stuff and selling it. He doesn't have any animations, nothing to sell. He doesn't have nothing, because I keep taking it from him. Fortnite, Sketchfab, and we're just gonna keep on going. We're gonna aim. We're gonna try to aim again to get that Autodesk stuff off his website. That's what we're aiming for now. So we can get the Autodesk stuff off. Then we can go to Mixmo. We go to the people that we're talking to. That's who we're the people who talk to us, and we talk to them back. Those are people right now. So since Epic talked back to us, they were like the first ones to take their stuff off of Joe's channel. Autodesk looks like they're getting closer to actually taking some action against Joe. We don't know. They won't tell us. Same thing with Epic. We don't know what they were going to do, but because I've read the law so many times, we know what their options are, and I can kind of predict what's going to happen. I kind of did predict what was going to happen to Joe. I knew what was going to happen to Joe. I knew what was going to happen to Gumroad. Oh yeah, Joe. Why don't you send a notice to Sketchfab? Why don't you send a counter notice to Sketchfab to get stuff back on Sketchfab? You can always get your stuff back on Sketchfab, Joe. All you gotta do is send him a counter notice, and then Bart would be happy to sue you too. I mean, see, that's how Joe. That's how Joe is getting out of getting sued. He's not filed these counter notifications to get his stuff back. So if he owned that stuff, you know, like I owned my videos, file a counter notification. File one. That's all you got to do. File a counter notification. Get your stuff back. But he's not going to do it because he knows he's going to get sued. Point blank. Point blank. And I can't believe YouTube did not forward that damn counter notification. If they would have just forwarded that counter notification, we would have no problems with Joe right now. And I'm hoping I can talk to the creator people to let them know. It's like, you all stop this from happening. And think about this, you all can still forward it. I mean, it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there waiting to be forwarded. But they say we didn't forward it. So I'm like, okay, so what would it take me to get you all, convince you all to forward this freaking counter notice to Jamie Anderson so he can go ahead and take Joe to court? Well, actually, it'll probably be Chris who takes Joe to court. But I don't care. As long as they take Joe to court and he has to stand up in court and admit that he don't own the stuff. That's the only thing he can do. Joe will not be stupid enough to stay in court and say, oh, yes, I own the Fortnite content. When these people got patents upon patents upon patents upon patents. Patents, you know. I don't understand. I just don't understand why did they do it. If they would have went ahead and sent that freaking counter notification, we would not have a problem with Joe. So now it's like this. We need Joe to send the counter notification to Gumroad. See, I've already classified him as a fake merchant. So, and I told him if he doesn't, you know, make a video sending that off to them, you know, well then he's a fake merchant. He's fake. That just proves he's fake, folks. He's a con man. He will never do it because he knows. I mean, he acts crazy, but the thing about it is, he knows how far crazy can go with him. He knows how far he can stretch the craziness. He knows this. He knows it. So that goes to prove, is Joe crazy? No. No, he's not crazy. He just know how far to take this before he actually back. See, that's the thing. Joe will go about as far as to the line of where it says you'll get sued. And he will never cross that line. He will never cross that line. He will stay behind that line and lie. He will stay behind that line and lie. It's like, I own this, you don't. And no, he can speak all he wants to. That's free speak. But he needs to cross the line and prove that he owns the stuff. If you need, you can sign a power attorney and I'll get lawyers to send a counter notice to you. He won't do it. He's not going to do it, Polywicky's not going to do it. See, Joe walks right up to the line. He gets like a foot right before he gets to the line of being sued and he steps back. He will rather make a video ranting and raving about he owns the stuff versus doing the right legal thing, which is to challenge the copyright violation, the infringement violation. He won't challenge it because he know what would be consequences. I'm thinking that this happened to Joe before, that Joe had probably got something taken down and or something snatched from someplace, and then he tried to take it to court and then wind up he got owned. So Joe's not gonna see. Joe looks like he learned his lesson. He's not gonna cross that threshold. You see, when Joe says that he owns something, people, he don't, because this is his chance to prove me wrong that he's not a pirate. He needs to cross over that sue line. He needs to cross over that line where he, instead of standing behind the line where he keeps yelling, "It's mine, it's mine." He needs to cross that line. Go across that line. Prove me wrong. Send in the counter notification, Joe. Get your videos back. Start making infomercials of stolen stuff. Go ahead, Joe. We want you to return back to normal as fast as you can. But the only way you can do it is file a counter notification to Gumroad so they can forward it to Epic. Please do it, dude. We want you to do that. We want you to prove that me and Sally wrote all those fake DMC notes. We want you to prove that stuff. And by you doing that, it proves a point. It proves a very valid point that you can now go to court and take on Epic and tell Epic you own the Fortnite stuff and you had every right to make infomercials and pretend you were making the motions when you was really using the stuff you stole from Rubu, who stole the stuff from Epic themselves. So, and then on top of that, you said that the stuff that Rubu got is fair use and in Creative Commons. Go to court with that stuff. Prove us wrong, Joe. Prove us wrong. You're supposed to prove us wrong, Joe. You've talked about me, Sally, and everybody else under the moon. And the one chance you have to prove us totally wrong, that we're running some conspiracy against you, you don't want to step over that line. And I think it's the fear of you actually losing. The fear that I have proven myself to be right to the fullest extent of the law, that you stole everything and you're selling stuff that you don't have the rights to, Joe. That's what I think. And you know this. And you know if you step over that line. So right now it's just like iffy, but it's 100% like, it's like 99% like, I think one gun is right. You know, and then that 1% are like, you know, Joe is right. And that's the way we stand, folks. That's the way we stand tonight. He doesn't want to go the extra step to prove us wrong. If you had a chance to prove someone wrong, you would do whatever it takes to make sure you were in the right. But Joe doesn't want to do it because Joe knows the consequences. I know what's going to happen if you do, but Joe understands the consequences, which makes me say Joe is not crazy. He's a con man, pulling a con, making you all think he's crazy, but he knows what's going to happen. Joe knows his limits. He knows what's going to happen if he steps over that line. Once he steps over that line, there is no coming back. None whatsoever. He knows this. He knows this. So what he's going to do tomorrow is he's going to get up, probably make a little short video about me, show my emails off again, and you know, just the typical run-of-the-mill bull crap garbage conversation he has every day. He does it every day, folks. Every day. But when he'll say, they're trying to push me to do a counter notice. All I have to do is do this. Well, Joe, no, you don't. Sitting back and waiting for copyright claims to expire, copyright strikes to expire, and actually going out and eliminating them are two different things. Because you can wait for them to expire, but that still doesn't mean you can post that stuff back up. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Once it's been taken off your channel, it stays off your channel. Period. And if you don't believe me, put it back up on your upload it up to your True Bones channel again. Just do that. That's what we want to know. Do it. I mean, if you're so right, Joe, why won't you put your videos back up on YouTube, your True Bones channel, and you won't. Because you have so much crap you've stolen. You don't want to take a risk of something else coming down and losing your channel for good. And that's true, folks. That is also true. Why aren't you showing videos videos where you play with the band? Joe don't want to show those videos no more. He don't want to put those videos up. But that's okay, troll. That's okay. We don't care. We don't care, Joe. Because we know you have a limit. We found out what your limit is. We know how far you're willing to take crap. We know. You're willing to take something all the way up to the line to where you will get sued. That's about as far as you go, and you stopped. That's where, and now we know you have a tolerance. Now we know you have a limit. Now we know there are some things that even you won't do. See, we understand this now. We understand you have a weakness, Joe. We understand what your weakness is. You're not invulnerable. You're not a super immortal freaking troll of the internet. You have a limit, and we found out what that limit is. We found out where that limit is, where common sense just takes over and snaps. You know, we found it, Joe. We found it. It's that line right before you get sued. We know this now. We know you understand what being sued is about, because you must have been sued in the past, and you know how hard it is when someone sues you. You have to pay them money. You know this now, Joe. We know you know this. So you won't step over that line to where you get sued. You're not going to file that counterclaim. We understand that, Joe, because you were a coward, a crook, and a con man. And watch you get up tomorrow morning and watch him, folks. He's just going to read my emails. He's going to talk about my mom. He's going to talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. But it doesn't fade me because I know your weakness, Joe. You have yet to find mine. You have yet to find my weakness. All right? You talked about my dad. You talked about my mom. You talked about my family. You talked about my friends. But none of that has weakened me because all it does is just strengthen my resolve. Yes, Joe, it just strengthens my resolve. It makes me stronger, as to let you know what resolve means. It makes me stronger. Anger makes me stronger. Makes me smarter. Makes me figure out things without resulting to violence. Mentally. So as you sit back and you try to think of ways to make me angry, all you're doing is giving me more neurons to figure out new pathways to come after you the right, correct way. That's all you're doing, Joe. That's all you're doing. Somebody said, she said, never try to destroy your enemies, but to outthink them. Once you are able to outthink your enemies, well then your enemies know that anytime they come to you, they will be defeated. And that's basically what's going on now. I have outthought Joe on everything he's done. Reversed it on Joe every time. And look, he still wants more. Well, we'll give him more. Matter of fact, when I see my legal counsel, we're going to make sure Joe gets more. We're going to make sure Joe gets so much that he's going to want to stop. Or not. Doesn't matter to me. The ball's in my court. And we're going to wait. So everybody, you speaky Portuguese? No, I don't. I don't speak Portuguese. No, I don't. Pico. Who's this Picoline? Speak. Nope, I don't speak Portuguese. But I will leave you with this. I'm getting out of here. See you guys later. This is One Gun. I'm signing out. Thanks for watching. And hope you all have a good day. Peace.